Right, anyway, let's get back on to what we are doing. So that one's... We've got missions that you can botch as well. Ludwig's that way. Oh, this is that way. Guess I'm not gonna go in there.
Don't make me report you to Mr. You some sort of freelancer?
It's a giant mushroom. All those things, the only way I can get through there is to actually go through the building. Okay. Oh, okay. I was not expecting it to open like that.
You some sort of freelancer?
I don't want to take my gun out every time I'm talking to somebody. Must be for this one.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, tenderfoot. I'm busy.
I'm not actually the...
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that?
Yeah, he is.
Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
No.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Oh.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart.
Hmm?
Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me.
Oh.
Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Yeah, I figured that.
Eugene wasn't family.
Hmm? You said you was
Yeah,
close to the
I was
room.
the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines.
That sucks.
Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
What are you going to do? Arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
That sucks.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Are you back to work then? No, there's no point of stealing. Let's go and get the last stuff anyway. It's in here. Candid examined. He is pretty much a dog. This heart's right in the middle of its chest. Oh. It's 100 and some. On the other side of the city? What the hell? There's the freedom. There's a choice. I don't trust that tuna. I'm basically feeding this dead tuna. Well, technically tuna's dead. You know what I mean. Oh wait, that's a good way of doing that. So he lives down. That must be him then. That is Ludwig. Hey.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Okay.
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Don't know.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant.
Yep, we do.
Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising.
Near the old power plant.
When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially?
Okay.
Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
That seems fair.
Go on.
What do you have?
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
I mean, no. Pretty sure that's what the program's
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs.
Right.
And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
Anyway, yeah, if you're resistant, need
I've
something.
been gathering up a war chest over the years. So tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. A few bit carts. I'll reward you for your aid.
Hmm. Yeah,
Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name.
That would help. Okay. What do you need to be done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Okay.
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
That is very technical. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go and sort that out. As he walks over to it. My robot. So I have to go and take out this robot. Is that a volcano? That is lava.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply. Damage to navigation systems detected. Attempting to return to designated repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Navigation systems have determined this location as Spacer's Choice, designated mechanical repair bay. Attempting to misdirect or confuse a Spacer's Choice mechanical is a punishable offense. Please report yourself to your supervisor.
I want to help you, but I can't. I wish I had more points to save you, little fella. I want to save him. What we got in here? Yeah, stuff. So what is my task? It's got north. It's supposed to scout in the name of humanity. I don't want to destroy the robot. I feel like it could be useful. It could be useful. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I can see it in your eye. Do that. I feel like I need to read. Actually, primer of mechanical engineering published by Spacer's Choice. Process building computing machines using instruments and blah blah. Engineering's only 18. Looks like I could get this in there. Why would I want to do that? I'm not just exploring, aren't I? Well, I can pick that. What the hell? What the hell? It was so nice a minute ago. Like this. Thank you. Hey boss, just want to check up on the new Sultana's Light project. I've been brainstorming some new taglines for the product line. I think some of them will really catch our customers' attention. Dear Lawrence, I appreciate your hard work on behalf of our beloved brand, Obsidion. received a response from corporate. They are not interested in your idea of a light version of the Sultana brand. We'd rather not compete with ourselves. But they are interested in the idea of lighter Sultana. Immediately, we have been instructed to use heavier weighted cans so we can pack them with less Sultana, thereby saving bits to every can. This is just exactly the kind of breakthrough our cannery needs. The logistics department just confirmed my request to have you transferred from the marketing division to the cannery. Can you imagine, Lawrence? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers in the canning line, filling each a slightly heavier can with slightly less tuna, hour after hour, day after day. Great and tremendous honour for you and for me. Effective immediately, your position in our marketing division has been terminated. Expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted from your pay. That sucks. That melts on your fork, not in your mouth. Less fat with some flavour. It's brine time. Now with a satisfactory crunch of cartilage. I spell sultana without salt. No, can't spell sultana without potential good families. Leading scientists say it's still food. Sultana will thank you. Warning may cause auditory hallucinations. We'll add more later. I opened the upstairs up. Careful. No idea what was going on with the things. More importantly, it came and attacked me out of nowhere. What the hell? What's this? Bypass, bypass. Not having those. This takes me up to here. Doom. I still don't understand why it would be so. Okay, anyway. I got some new bits and pieces. Let's go in my inventory. Hey, I can wear a helmet now. Nice. Yeah, I know, vending machines, blah blah blah, good for me. Junk. Oh, to sell junk. Nice. Frozen dinner. Is there anything I can use to help with my... Good for the gun. That increases my carrying capability. It's gonna stick every time I'm gonna use it, isn't it? Yep. I don't want to destroy that robot if I can avoid doing that. I like that robot. I want it to be my friend. But, for a thing, that might be the only thing I can actually do. Oh. I liked him. That's evicted. I'm sorry, robot dude, but I've got a story to continue. Don't want to destroy you. Really don't want to destroy you, my friend. What's this? Technical sleep. Okay. It used to be a house. Remember, I can easily break in at the back as well. I don't know why I would do this. What is in the back of here? Oh, they can spit. Right, don't trust Raptidon things. Ooh. Where am I? On the left hand, severed at the wrist. Some burn damage. People, this is our second unscheduled amputation in as many months. Please exercise caution and safety around machinery. Maintenance speed will be done currently by. They don't know where. Oh, this is just a bathroom. I'm just taking stuff now. See, that's fine. I'm becoming a bad person. Here's a power regulator. Help yourself to refreshing tins while you wait. Okay. Nice to know that we have somewhere that one of those things are. And we can get out of this hellhole. But we don't need to do that at the moment. We're the same person. I'm sorry, Robot Buddy.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation.
I can't repair you. I'm so sorry. I'm alright. I have a plan. See if we can grab that stuff. Let's get this test done. Beautiful night sky, isn't it? Ooh. What they don't know is all the stuff I've stolen. Look.
Bring us honor, soldier. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
We're not that sure to avenge the resistance.
Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project.
Thank you. Technically getting there. You go around the corner. Break in. You already got two. That's suitable for it.
Hey,
Oh, hello.
so what do you think you're doing?
Where'd you come from? Nothing at all.
All right. Don't let me catch you here again.
Okay. So,
You got my sights on you.
okay. you go away now. Don't mind me inspecting everything by stealing it all. Tell you're not that bright. Alright, I will see you later. Thanks for all the stuff, by the way. Idiot. Let's see, sell all the junk. Oh, so even though it's Spacer's Choice, there's a lot of other places around here. A lot of other vending machines. Yeah, I cleared that. Let's just go get this traded in anyway. Can I happily say I got one job done today? And that's that I stole a lot of stuff from the dying people. Hello. Hey.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients.
Yeah, we need to talk about Eugene.
Yeah? What about him?
You first, huh?
Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And
Yeah.
so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders.
No.
Or he rose from the dead.
I'm guessing the Marauders.
Let me know if you find anything.
Yeah, we'll do.
You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
No problem.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
Yay!
Well, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
It does indeed.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
What do you news about
The
that?
colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether, never to be found again.
Yeah.
Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing, far as rumors go. There a reason you asking? Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
Trouble's in the asking. Or don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I.
Leave you be then. Hey guys. Well, anyway, that part of it is done. No idea what those. Ooh, a door. I cannot go into. Anyway. Let's just go to that cantina. That might be a good idea. The plasma cutter. Slices, dices, cauterizes. Who's always looking out? Hey there.
You read the latest report?
I don't know you.
I don't know you either.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
I won't find this
You
stuff.
really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately.
Oh, please.
I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand.
I completely understand.
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves.
And
Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
drink.
Coming right up.
Merchant skills. Your merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialogue skill, which is used to negotiate prices when buying and selling from vendors. Oh. Trippetes, zero G brew. And what does that do? Armor personality goes up. Let's set that. Dehydrated water. Hydrogen or ocean. Drink. Okay. Ingredients 99% water. That's crystals. It's water. Natural water flavouring. You could easily repair my armor. Everything seems to be fine anyway. Apart from a sawed-off shotgun. That's a different matter. And
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors.
okay.
We'll get you mostly drunk at half the price. Spacer's choice.
Yeah.
Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down. It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So what's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Just
You're
curious.
the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life.
Oh.
Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself. What happened, you ask?
Yeah, I want to know.
What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you going to pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G?
Yeah.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head.
Why not?
Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful. They did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong. What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
What's this
Not so
one?
fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours.
Okay.
So, what's your story? That right? Prove it.
Okay. Yeah.
Ah, I know that serial drama. They were playing it just the other night. What was it called? The Last Spacer?
What?
You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that story unsaid. Don't want people thinking you're a loon.
Okay. I told you got.
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull, you really should settle down with some 0G. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
Yeah.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that. There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar. I've talked enough about my past. The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like. Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something.
Yeah.
I don't know what fancy bars you've been crawling, but the rest of us make do with 0G. 0G brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Would you keep your voice down? You're gonna get the whole cantina written up.
Sorry.
The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it.
You sounds good.
Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this.
Oh, give me a
Coming
drink.
right up. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Go ahead. Suppose I did. Ready to talk about it? That right. Prove it. Sounds as if you've been keeping questionable company. Or spinning a tale? You're right. I don't believe you.
Right, so, from that I understand. You've learned that a main named lieutenant is in charge of Edgewater and you might be able to help find the parts that you need to fix the ship. How? This is not going to stop it. Oh, time leader is this way.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Interesting.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
That's alright.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect.
Sorry.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator.
No?
But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Oh?
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him.
Oh.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do
I
you
was
mean?
not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I mean, what you need to do.
I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
How can I help?
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you'll convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Read. And how will I recognize this Adele?
Adelaide's
Wait,
older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Yeah.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Okay.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help.
No
It is a
problem.
lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
No, it's alright, I guess. Let's get going. CMP New Manager Seminar. Best friends, recruited companions. Yay! Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with inspiration skill. Learn about your companions in Companion Ledger. Okay.